Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Momentum Monday call on Monday, the 14th of March, 2016. And those of us who live in South Australia are just coming out the end of a long weekend, gorgeous long weekend here in Adelaide. And we are pleased to be able to share with you I'd like some people to share. I can't believe that it was only 2 days ago that we had our incredible Go the Distance, Lead the Way training that was absolutely amazing at the Hackney. And in a moment, I'm going to ask some people to share an aha moment that you had with others. So be thinking about that and be ready to unmute and to share something that you learned. I just want to, before we do that, make sure that you have some dates in your diaries. You don't know yet that there's going to be a new consultant training tomorrow night. That is going to be a Zoom training, and I will post the Zoom link on the Dream Team page. So that will be tomorrow night, Tuesday the 15th of March at 7:30 p.m. So I have a new consultant that will get on that call, and if anyone else has a new consultant, they can get on too. If you haven't heard the new consultant training, then I suggest that you get on yourself. It doesn't hurt to refresh your memory on what a new consultant gets started strong with. If you are in Meigs, if you're in the Ward region, however, there's a training, I understand, at her house tomorrow night. If you're in Adelaide, there's some person-to-person training. So there's a couple of great options for you tomorrow night to build your business. Get a new consultant training or training at Meigs. Now on Wednesday night, Wednesday the 16th, we have our Road to Region calls, and that's with our upline in America and the Pate Nation and the Dream Team Nation, and yours truly is speaking this Wednesday night. So I'd love to see friendly faces on that call. And if you missed the Go the Distance training on Saturday, you can hear me train on that. If you were at the Go the Distance training and want to hear me train on it again, then that's what I'll be training on, the same presentation that I did on Saturday. So I look forward to that. Before that Road to Region call at 10 p.m. SA time, you may want to attend. Correct me if I'm wrong, Matilda, but I believe there's a Discover Arbonne at the Highway. Okay, so if you're in Adelaide and you haven't been yet to see Discover Arbonne at the Highway, which is it Plimpton? If you want to, yes, Plimpton. Marilena is a fantastic leader in Arbonne and Adelaide, and take a guest along to that fantastic opportunity. Please be inviting guests to the online pamper party on Thursday night. Hands up if you have some guests already invited and coming to the online pamper party. Get on it, people, because it's probably, what's Tuesday? You wouldn't want to trust Australia Post to post it, but if you can do a delivery, it's not too late to get people on Thursday night. It's certainly not too late to get a sample pack of RE9, primer, and a fizz stick in the post for Saturday. Take the opportunity to invite guests. I invited 4 people today, 2 people for Thursday night and 2 people for Saturday. And I said to them, would you do me a favor and get on to the online pamper party and give me your feedback? And I thought what I would actually do, everyone, is create a bit of a survey monkey that you can send to people so that we can really get some feedback about how people enjoyed the experience and what they got out of it. On the same night of Thursday, the 17th, there's also an opportunity to attend and take guests to the Hills event, the Discover Arbonne Hills event. So, income producing activity opportunities abound. Make sure that you are taking advantage of something to grow your business on Thursday night. Okay, is there anyone in the on the panel there, out there in the online land who'd like to unmute and share an aha moment from Saturday with us? I'd love to hear from someone.
I'll jump in if no one else is going to. So many awesome takeaways, but I think a really good one-liner from our best mate, Jerry Rosenthal, was being a sponsoring machine in 2016. Yes. New mantra. I've been repeating it to myself. Love it. It really just sums up everything. He gave us so many gold nuggets, but I think that just reminds me of all of the different things that he told us to do, summed up in that one sentence.
Yes, love it. Thank you. Okay.
I'd like to add on there as well. For me, it was all about, as well as yourself, because you rocked it at the end there, Jill. It was just a fab training that you did to finish us off. But Jerry Rosenthal was the most impactful for me. And as well as the sponsoring machine 2016, I liked that it was like, we are becoming builders of people, not just sellers of product. Because I think a lot of us can get really stuck on just selling product and doing that month-end mad frenzy, and that was really good about building the relationship, you know, and you know, the ABCs of our business: activity equals bookings equals closing, which then gets us the volume. So they were really strong for me.
Yes. Anyone else want to share something? Sue, you were there. You share something from us? For us? You need to unmute in the lower left-hand corner. Got it.
Yeah, I've already done it. Yeah, like I said to you earlier, that I was blown away by the interview that Priscilla did with Michael D'Arminio. And I wasn't aware of, it just blows you away that the highly qualified people that Arbonne has in our ranks and what he imparted to us, and you really, and the products, you don't realise until you hear them speak and what their qualifications are, how lucky we are to have them in the company.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was my highlight moment too, Sue, was listening to Michael D'Arminio. And I felt so proud I could cry. You know, I had no idea, as you say, the pedigree of Michael and his absolute passion and commitment for creating the Arbonne product as even better than it is now and taking it into the future. It's an incredibly exciting time for all of us. Thank you for sharing that. I would now like to introduce Kym Roe, and I've known Kym for a number of years now. Unmute yourself, Kym, and remind me how long you've been in the business.
3 years or 3.5 years.
3.5 years. And Kym first came to a training. We used to have trainings at a consultant's house in Prospect. And Kym and Shelley came along, and I just don't think they were quite ready for the Arbonne, the spirit of Arbonne, and the loving all over ourselves that we were doing, and the loving all over them that we did. So clearly we didn't blow them away too much, because here they both are still safe and sound in the business. And I'm just so proud of the business that Kym is growing in Cairns, and the fact that she presented at the Leadership Academy in Cairns. That's the one that I went to last year, and it's a fantastic event. And Kym plays a really important leadership role in Cairns and pulling together the Leadership Academy. So we are honoured, Kym, to have you speak tonight and to share your training with us. And I'm now happy to hand it over to you.
Thank you, Jill. I'm very honoured and very excited and very nervous, and my mouth has gone really dry. So that's okay. Am I able to share my screen? Let's try this. Just click on that. Can everybody see that? Excellent. Okay, so thank you, Jill, for the introduction. Yes, I'm up in Cairns. I'm an area manager and independent consultant with Arbonne, and I've been honoured enough to share Skill 7 with you. Jill has been going through all the skills over the past few weeks, several weeks, and tonight I get to talk about promoting events. Sounds like you need to be a marketing guru, doesn't it? And put lavish events together. No. Promoting events is all about you showing up to events and encouraging your team to do the same. And now I'm going to tell you why that's so important. Meetings make money. In Eric Worre's GoPro, he says it's just that simple. Yes, technology can help us connect with people in ways that are becoming more and more efficient, but nothing replaces face-to-face interaction. Meeting people one-on-one in small groups or at bigger events will have a huge impact on the long-term success of any network marketing business. He states that one particular type of event that is the most powerful is the destination event. It might be a company-sponsored event like our AAC on the Gold Coast, which I'm sure you are all aware is August 10th to the 13th, 2016, or one put on by your upline leadership. Like in Cairns yesterday, we had our Leadership Academy, and I believe on Saturday in Adelaide, you had the Go the Distance event with National Vice President Lisa Gill. If you study what the successful people do to build their network marketing organisations, you will find virtually every one of them uses events as a cornerstone for building their business. There's something magical about getting away from your day-to-day grind and focusing completely on your dreams. You can use it to refocus and recommit to your future and gather the strength necessary to go back home and do what's necessary to move your business forward. Eric states he gave up blaming at an event. He decided to become a professional at an event. He decided to go to the top at an event. He realised no one could stop him at an event. In fact, every single significant moment in his network marketing career happened at an event. They are that powerful. Here are a few of my picks from events that I've attended. As human beings, we are wired to seek proof from sources outside of our own thoughts and experiences. At an event, you see lots of other people who have made the same decision you have, and it feels good. Also, you see and hear how some of them have overcome their fears and gone on to the highest levels, and you start to think, well, if they can do it, so can I. You get to see the people being recognised and walking the stage, and you'll start to think, next time that will be me walking that stage. Overall, the sense of community is both comforting and exciting all at the same time. We're so very fortunate that we have many, many events we can attend, from AAC, GTC, DAs, Leadership Academies, training on Zoom, car presentations. Wow. Here are again some of the photos of those events. In Eric's book, he states he learnt a lesson that serves him to this day. He was at an event and stepped out to go to the bathroom. On his way back, he found himself standing next to one of the top income earners. He said it was like standing next to a celebrity. And for any of us that have been to these events and have stood next to Debbie Neal, Stian, like you saw in my last photo, absolutely like a little child. He stood there trying to think of something smart to say. So finally he introduced himself and asked, what's the secret? This man said, Eric, do you see this room? It holds about 2,000 people. We have these events about 3 times a year, and here's the secret. At the next event, half of these people won't come back, but the other half that does will be making about twice the average of everyone else in the room. Your job is to be in the 1,000 people who come back, and it doesn't stop there. At the next event, half of those 1,000 won't come back, but the 500 who do will be making 4 times the amount of the average in the room. This continues from event to event. If you continue to come back, you'll end up being among the highest paid people in the room, and eventually you'll even find yourself presenting on stage. Eric said, that's it? The man replied, obviously you're going to have to continue to work on your skills in between events, but my experience has shown me that if you outlast people at our big events, you'll make it to the top. Bottom line, the advice Eric received worked. Eric then goes on to say, Once you are fully committed, the next step is to grow the number of people on your team that attend with you. I've been with Arbonne now for 3.5 years, and I can say, hand on heart, I'll hold it, that at every event I have been to, it has given me an aha moment. It may have been something I've heard several times before, or I've never heard before, but at that particular moment, or the way that person expresses it, I go, aha, I get it now. Or I love the way they've explained that. I must remember to so that I can say that too. And I've been able to grow either my business, my vision, or myself. I want to share with you a couple of stories about two amazing women who I know and that have really stuck with me, and I'm sure they'll stick with you too. The lady in the picture, how do I point? This lady here, Helen, and she's to the right there. I asked Helen to put a quote together for me about her major aha moment that she had a few years back. At that time, Helen worked as a CEO for a non-for-profit organisation, had 2 small children, 3 and 6 years old, worked away a week at a time, and when she was here in Cairns, worked very, very long hours and hardly saw her children. Helen told me she actually originally just joined Arbonne to meet people because she was so busy she didn't have time. But it was at AAC in Sydney in 2013 she realised she could actually make real money. At the time of going to AAC, she was a district manager, and here is her quote. I attended AAC in August 2013 in Sydney. This conference blew my mind. I took so many notes, I filled the entire book and had to write on the back of the pages. I met so many amazing people and the guest speakers were so inspiring. I particularly remember Valerie Gunter and Emily Page, who also had a little baby there with her too. These ladies were lovely and the proof I needed to know I was on the right path. There were so many inspirational ladies there that had similar experiences to me. They worked long hours and rarely saw their family, and Arbonne was the vehicle that gave them not only time freedom, but financial freedom, which allowed them to work their business alongside what they had been doing and eventually leave their full-time roles. AAC showed me, if you believe in yourself, you can achieve anything. I related to their stories and walked away thinking, if they can do it, so can I. I came back to Cairns so inspired. I wrote my resignation letter and handed it to the chairperson and board of directors 2 weeks after the conference. I gave 6 months notice and finished on the 28th of February 2014, just over 2 years ago. I have absolutely no regrets and truly believe I will be an ENVP and will promote many others to the top of this company. Arbonne is perfectly aligned with my values and passion to help other people succeed. Arbonne does not discriminate. It is a gift and a vehicle that enables me to help even more people than I have helped previously in my corporate job. Events are truly life-changing. I heard early on, if you show up, you go up. So I make it a priority to show up to everything. And again, thanks, Helen, even though she's not on here. The next girl you can see there, look how gorgeous she is. And she is 40 years old, believe it or not. I still can't get over it. She looks so young. Her name is Alison Clifford. And I asked Ali to put a few words together, and I asked if I could share her incredible aha story that I heard at Leadership a couple of times ago, because this will stick with me forever. Ali's story was one that I just said, heard at a previous Leadership. It really made me stand up and take notice of the power of your mind. Ali was a consultant at the time of attending AAC 2014. She was also working as a receptionist at a physio, has 3 amazing children who at the time were 13, 16 and 23 years old, and she lived in Tully. For those that don't know, Tully is it's a small rural community made up of several small towns and only consisting of about 5,000 to 6,000 people in total. Her message is simple. Attending AAC 2014 showed me that I was at a point in my business where every other successful BP had been at some point. And I just had to choose to believe in myself, believe I could achieve my goals, and just do it. So she did. Check out what her change in mindset and just do it attitude looked like. So in 2014, in July, as a consultant, she finished her month with 1,667 QV. In August, she finished her month as a consultant with 886 QV. She then attended in August AAC 2014 and came back with that changed mindset. September, 10,107 QV. Promoted to district clearly and went straight into AM Quals. And in October, promoted to area manager. Wow. So in summary, always show up, because you never know when your aha moment that truly changes your business will happen. And what I know for sure is you never stop learning, you never stop improving, you never stop being better than you were the day before. So show up for yourself, show up for you. Thank you.
Yay! That was awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes. And Kym, you are someone who shows up. And I can remember the two of us were reminiscing of going to see Sonia Stringer in January. Well, when would that have been?
2013.
January 2013, and the two of us got on an airplane, you from Cairns, me from Adelaide, and we flew in and flew out to see Sonia Stringer. And that was a big deal that we would do that. But, we were, committed to our businesses, and you got to show up to go up. And you've traveled everywhere. Up in Cairns, you've had to travel to attend events and spend money, or I should say invest in yourself and invest in your business. And it's really important that people understand that it is an investment, and it's time spent and it's money spent that you never, ever, ever regret.
Never. There was something that I heard from you very early on in my business when I believe I may have been whinging about flying again to an event, and you said, you've got to invest in your business, you've got to invest in yourself, and you have to go.
Yeah.
So I did.
Yeah. and
never.
No, you spend that money, you invest that money, but then you get it back again. You get it back.
Yes.
Tenfold, 100-fold.
Absolutely.
By growing your business, by applying what you learn and growing your business. So thank you for sharing that. And I hope that that's inspired everyone to get those dates in their diary for the Arbonne Advantage Conference on the Gold Coast. Could you give us those dates again, please, so we can check our diaries and make sure we've got them all in?
Yeah, August the 10th to the 13th. So 10th is the VP, actually I did read that it was AM's and VP's welcome party. And then on the 11th is the new area manager and new RVP training times. And then, of course, the 12th and the 13th is everybody.
And the Saturday night is party theme. It's always a great party. And the party theme is around the world. So anything.
What does that mean?
I think it means anything goes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So you can just pick a country and get dressed like that.
Exactly. Yes. And yours truly already has my airfares booked. So make the commitment so you can keep an eye out for cheap airfares.
I've already booked my accommodation.
Yes, I think we've got our accommodation booked too. So yes, exciting times. Just make the commitment right now. Make the decision right now that you will be there. If you're not inspired by Kym to be there, then nothing will inspire you. Thank you so much, Kym, for sharing yourself and sharing your story.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, you're welcome. Anytime, my friend. You want to step up and do a training? You got it. You got the job.
Awesome.
Thank you, everyone, for being on the call tonight. Hang on, there's some chats here that we should look at. You need to read these, Kym.
I'm reading.
Fabulous job. Kym, you're awesome. Hey, Jessie.
And Dan.
Hey, everyone.
Hi, Dan.
Excellent. Great.
Awesome.
Thank you everyone for being on the call tonight, because this also shows commitment. The Momentum Mondays call, it's a little mini event every week, and the fact that you're showing up is showing your commitment to yourself and to your business. So well done everyone. Have an awesome week. Make sure you take advantage of the many opportunities for growing your business that are available to you. Thanks so much. Have a great evening and a great week, everyone.